Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we'll try to discuss, we'll try to understand a journal because journal is really important, especially for improving uh, our knowledge, and also it is improving our business practice, and especially it is important for you to improve your understanding in writing uh, next journal, next research. And the research is really important because we face so many problems. However, we can solve the problem with some uh, research. But at first, you have to understand that before we make a research, we have to understand some journal in order to find the newest problem, the original problem, or if you just make a research just for solving your problem, your daily activity, you can find the journal theory that related to your problem and finding the best model, the best solution for your problem. So it is important to understand the journal. Oke, jadi kita itu sangat penting untuk memahami jurnal karena jurnal itu berguna untuk penelitian kita atau untuk misalnya ketika menghadapi persoalan bisnis atau apapun kita mencari solusi. Nah, solusi itu biasanya ada di jurnal selain buku ya. Buku isinya teori. Yang juga penting, jurnal itu biasanya hal-hal baru yang lagi tren masalahnya gitu. Jadi masalah-masalah yang sedang tren itu dicari solusinya, diteliti. Siapa tahu ada teori-teori terdahulu yang tidak cocok. Jadi untuk memahami jurnal itu sangat penting. Ya, beberapa hal mungkin sama bagaimana memahami jurnal dan buku, tapi ada hal juga yang berbeda. Okay, you see, this is example of journal. From this journal, we see that the journal consisting some parts, and the first part is the title, and then the abstract, yeah, and also the theoretical framework, yeah, in verbal, yeah, theoretical framework in verbal like this. We write down some definition or the theory from the others that is qualified, inserted in our research. And the next one, we build a model, yeah, theoretical framework, yeah, in graph, yeah. So from this graph you see our focus is employee engagement, and this research want to find the antecedent. Antecedent is something that influence the employee engagement, and then we try to find the consequence, the variable of consequence. Consequences is related to something that is influenced. Consequences are influenced by employee engagement. Jadi ada variabel antecedent, ada variabel konsekuen. Artinya kita mau mempelajari employee engagement ini dipengaruhi oleh apa. Jadi antecedent ini yang mempengaruhi employee engagement. Kemudian employee engagement ini nanti pengaruhnya kemana gitu. Jadi konsekuensinya adalah variabel yang dipengaruhi. So it is important to understand the model, the graph, the figure, because it is helpful in understanding faster. So if you want to faster understand the meaning of a journal, you can find in the model. From this model you can find the simplification of all of the research. So from this model you can find if it is possible for you to insert the journal to your research or just avoid the journal. Jadi dari sini Anda bisa menentukan ini kira-kira berguna nggak bagi penelitian Anda. Next, you have to understand also from this journal we can find the method, the technique that the writer use to analyze the problem. In the method you can find the sample. So we have to understand the situation, the problem maybe from human. So the sample should be, for example, employees. Or you have to describe or want to study about movement. So the sample should be a movement, not a people, and so forth. And the next, we can understand how to measure. What is the measurement that used by the writer? So from this method, the part of method, you can find what is the measurement, what should be measured by the writer, and you can replicate the study. Jadi Anda dapat mengetahui sebenarnya teknik yang digunakan itu apa, sampelnya apa. Kalau manusia, maka misalnya Anda mempelajari tentang tadi employee engagement, maka pastilah pekerja itu manusia, berarti sampelnya manusia. Tapi kalau Anda mempelajari movement, pergerakan, berarti sampelnya itu pergerakan, misalnya pergerakan tubuh dan seterusnya, berarti pergerakan tubuh manusia. Tergantung studi. Kemudian juga apa yang diukur, apakah menggunakan, for example, the scale, Likert scale 1 to 5 scale, jadi menggunakan skala Likert. And for finding the conclusion, we use technique simple component factor analysis. So it is important for you, for example, to replicate something or to follow the method of someone. Jadi, and you can understand from the technique what is the characteristic, what is the objective of the research. Like this example, the principal component factor just for explorative study, and maybe in the next journal, in the other journal, maybe you can find that they use, for example, SEM, structural equation modeling. It means they want to causal research, and causal research is really important also. If it is something explorative, it means the problem is rare. But if it is something causal, it means the problem is complex and almost clear. Jadi di sini teknik itu atau metode itu menentukan kira-kira ini tujuannya untuk apa. Kalau prinsipal komponen analisis itu untuk eksplorasi. So the next one is we find the conclusion. From the conclusion we can find the what we call the shape of the relationship. For example, the influence of some antecedent to employee engagement is positive. It means the movement of the relationship is similar direction. Jadi kalau kita bisa menemukan hubungannya bisa positif. Positif itu artinya bila antecedennya dinaikkan maka employee engagement juga naik. Artinya bila misalnya di sini yang menjadi antecedent adalah job karakteristik. Jadi misalnya semakin karakteristik pekerjaannya itu semakin cocok, ya kan, semakin diakui cocok oleh pegawai, misalnya positif ya nih, maka engagementnya makin naik, keterikatannya dengan pekerjaan juga naik. Jadi Anda harus paham bahwa positif itu searah. Kalau tidak searah itu negatif. Negatif means different direction. So for example, one variable increase, so the y variable, for example employee engagement, should be decrease. Jadi kalau negatif itu satu variabel naik, satu variabel turun. That's the what we call the term, yeah. So in understanding the journal, you have to be familiar with the term, istilah. Jadi Anda harus juga tahu istilah-istilahnya. So you have to improve your understanding through understand or to memorize the term from statistic, for example, or from the theory. Jadi salah satunya dengan term atau istilah-istilah, makna istilah dari satu ilmu. But from this explanation I will give some general rule. If you want to understand the journal, you have to understand at first, you have to understand the part of writing, of research, of journal, yeah. At first you can explore the title. Is it connected to your work, your writing, or not? And the next one, from the abstract you can find how many variables involved in this research. Is it important for you or no? Jadi dari sini setelah judul Anda juga melihat berapa variabel yang penting. And next, what is the finding, the result? Jadi dari sini hasilnya gimana? Positif, negatif gitu. But you just understand the general. If you want to get the precise understanding how to measure, yeah, because you want to measure, for example, job engagement, how to measure it, what is the dimension, because you know, if you want to measure something you have to know the dimension. Like a bag, for example, you have to understand what is the dimension of bag. For example, you want to just put some stuff in your bag, so you just measure the dimension related to height and length and depth of your bag. Jadi ketika Anda mau mengukur, misalnya saya mau memasukkan barang-barang saya ke dalam tas, otomatis Anda mengukur hanya panjang lebar dalamnya dari tas tersebut. But if you want to, for example, to go to some party and you need some bag, maybe not just such dimension you measure, but also you consider the other part, for example aesthetics, the colors, the style, ya. Jadi itu tergantung apa yang Anda tuju penelitiannya. So this journal will also explain to you what should be measured. Jadi Anda akan tahu nanti apa yang diukur di sini, di dalamnya juga. Jadi you have to understand how to measure. For example, in this journal, you see in the last one, from the questionnaire, you see this is the measurement of distributive justice. This is the measurement of organizational commitment, ya kan? And this is the measurement of perceived supervisor support, for example. Jadi ini cara ngukurnya seperti ini. So you can conclude whether the measurement is related to your work or not, or it is helpful or not. Okay, so one part is questionnaire. If sometimes it is hard to find the questionnaire, you have to find in the other website, because sometimes the journal is not providing the questionnaire, so you have to read the theoretical framework, and in the part of operational definition. I don't know whether involved in this research or not. Let's see. In this measure, you see, ya, involved ya. Di sini dimasukkan nih. Ini mengukur engagement. Atau di sini. In the introduction, maybe you can find the dimension. In this one, what is employee engagement? So you can find the dimension from extracted from the others, like Robinson, Baumbrook, and so forth. So in understanding the journal, you can focus on the abstract. But if you decide to use this journal and you want to understand deeper, so you have to find the measurement, the questionnaire, and it is not possible to find the questionnaire in this writing, this journal. You have to read the introduction. Okay, and the conclusion is really important also to clarify. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.